So basically, what you do now is like you find something you wanna, use your precision tool to. In this case, we'll take this as an example. Let us say that we want, this one to connect smoothly into this one, but we don't do stuff like this. Yeah, you want to connect it smoothly, or maybe even down here at the bottom, and you see it's quite hard to get it all right. You can see that it's quite hard, and maybe it's not even working and stuff like that. It can be really pain in the ass, but you can do something very, very simple with this. Basically, you go to the precision tool, you'll take the push and pull to be 1 in this case, and you can use your snap distance, take it on 0, and step rotation. We will come to all this later, but for now, take this one and 1. And what you can do now is that you can click on anywhere on this prop, like literally anywhere, and it disappears for now, but it's still there, so you can't walk through it. To cancel that, you can just simply go out and in again. But for now, let's take down at the corner. Let me show you what it does. So you'll find a corner. In this case, we will take, let me see, this corner over here. So it's this side's corner, yeah? You can basically see there's like a corner over here. There's a corner over there. And in this case, we'll take the corner over in this side over here, which is a corner down here. So take out this. You'll find your corner. You can see it's quite hard to aim precisely on this one. So you can have a, you can see come with a little red X, and when you close to it, it goes yellow. If you hold down your E button, it goes green, and when it's green, you have it correctly on it, which is the correct angle and the correct, number. What you do now is you click, and it turns into, disappears. So basically, it's still following, as you can see when I'm still holding E down, it's still following that point. So to stop that, simply just let go of E. So what you do now is that you walk over to the corner, you find a corner over here, and you want it to be perfectly. This course we want over here. Hold E down, click, and click. And there we go. Now it's moved. And that's how you basically move an object, by simply using the precision tool. To cancel this transfer, you click set, which turns it back to the position it was before. Now let us say that this one was supposed to be somewhere inside the wall, because it's going out too thick or something, yeah? So let us move it. You simply left click with before. Now let's do the right click. So basically what you do now, you right click and it moves 1 time towards the you push it away. Basically, if you do this enough times, it disappears into the wall. And to pull it, pull it over you to watch you just click R. And I will click 2 times because I right clicked 2 times. To do this more efficient, you simply just have to take this up a few times. Let me take it to 10. There we go. So basically what you do now is that you can right click, and you can see it pushed even more. And same goes for the other way. So yeah, to do it even more, let us take it up to maybe, let's say here 50 sounds like a good number. So let's say we want to push it even further. I mean pull it even further, sorry. And you can see, sorry, that was the push. There we go. You can see it goes much further now, yeah? It goes much faster. Let us take it up to 100. Yeah, let's take it up to 100. And what you do now is that it goes even faster, as you can see. So that's how you make the precision even more being precise. And this is 1. So that's how you do that. That was the precision tool. Quite easy to use and very, very handful to use when building objects such as cars and rooms, pretty rooms. For the next demonstration, I'm gonna show you how to use your fading door. Fading doors is very useful when building a base, for example, or making vehicles you cannot go through, such as, no collide them and stuff like that. To use a fading door, you simply have to go into fading door, click on it, you toggle active, and you'll find the current button on your keyboard you don't use that much. In this case, I'm using my numpad 9, and you have a lot of different, things you can use. For example, this one. And let me look away and click on number 9. and it goes like this. So it basically have the looks like this. Basically what it does, it means that you can now walk through it, as you can see. You can now walk through it. But if I click it again, it goes to the prop itself, and I cannot walk through it. So that's what a fading door basically is. To remove a fading door, you simply click R or reload, and it's gone. Let me take another demonstration. Let us say you want this one when active, and now you click, and now you have this kind of color and material when you can walk through it. Oh, this is server lag. There we go. You can also add different, sound. When it's opens, you can have a sound. When you activate it, have a sound, and when you closes it, have a sound. Very, very useful to use also. Let us say that this one should be our door, yeah? So we want this prop to be our door to go into our office. Basically, what we have to do now is that we have to walk through it somehow. To walk through it, we need the fading door, yeah? So let us use this one, numpad 9, click on it, and there we go. But in most servers in Gmod, you need some kind of a button or a keypad, which lead me into the next thing I want to show you, which is the button. Let me just find it real quick. I always forget where it is. There we go, the button. This is in Danish, by the way, but knap is button in English. You click on it, you see, this case, it says numpad 2, and you have different things we can use. We'll use this one, for example. We can have it on the wall. Again, you can... Oh, that's so lag. That's not very great. Anyway, back into the game. We have this button, yeah? And again, you can use your E button to go to closest to the corner of the edge. So, well, you can click, and there we go. Now we have a button. Basically, what you can do now is, you can click on it, and nothing happens. And nothing happens exactly, because it's set to numpad 2. Basically, you'll set this as the same number as you were using to your fading door. In this case, it was numpad 9. Now, you can remove it and place it down again. There we go. Basically, when I click on this button, it fades, yeah? You can see I only clicked on it. So what we're gonna do now is that it can be very difficult to click. You see, I need to click multiple times to do it. So just click once. You can go into, till and fro. You can turn it on, turn it off, sorry. You can click again. And now you need to hold it down. And I give, and there we go. See, very, very easy to use. You only need to click once instead of twice. Very, very useful. So the next thing, I want to show you how to use your keypad. Keypad is also very, very useful, as it's much more security, and is up to 1 to 4 digits you can use in a keypad. Keypads are mostly used to doors and bases, but you can also use it to many other stuff as well. To do this, you need let me just find fading doors. There we go. You need this one to be an actual number, because in a keypad it only activates with numbers. So instead of numpad 9, we will go with something else, which is, in this case, let me say 8, for example. So what you're gonna do now is that you're gonna remove this fading door, and you're gonna place a new one. There we go. Now it activates when I click 8. Very easy. So now, for the next... That is shooting in the background. There we go, I think. Okay, for the next demonstration, I want to show you how to use your fading door and how to make it as a door. So basically, you use your keypad to this, basically. So you go into your fading door, you choose a number instead, as faded as keypads only can use numbers. So instead of numpad 8, I'm gonna use 8, and we're gonna scroll down to the keypad, And in here we have a lot of different things. As you can see, you have security mode, world and freeze, and freeze. We're gonna have everything on because I really like this setup. Security mode makes every number you click on the keypad makes it into a star, so it shows a star instead of the number you have been choosing, so people around you can't see which number you have been choosing. You can see the grant access key and the denied access key. You don't need the access denied, which is this one over here. Basically, you could take it to be anything you want. I'm gonna choose numpad 6 in this case because why not? And as an active, of course, this one needs to be the same as your fading door was. In this case, it was 8, so therefore we'll have it to 8. You have the holding length, which is in seconds. So here we have 0.1 second. Let's take it. Let me take it into 2 seconds. Yeah, and the install delay, when you have, if it access, how many seconds is that going through its access, so it's actually going to activate. And if there's multiple press delay, so you click on it, but I have to go some time before you can click on the next one, and the additional repeats how many times it should open and close. You also have the home list. If it's denied, just take this one everybody to be 0. You cannot do this as it's denied, because then it's just keeping closed because it's not up there, of course. That's why this one is not necessary in this case, because then it's kind of not a keypad. It makes to be a non-keypad, I guess, because keypad is used to protect and secure stuff. So yeah, makes no sense. But anyway, let's continue. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna click, and now we have our keypad. Basically, those two are lined up with the fading door, and the number in between, in this case, was 8, which means I can now go in, type my code in, which was 1118. So we're gonna type 1. There we go, 8. So you see 4 digits and OK, and 1 and 2, and it stops. Basically, we have created a fading door. Let me try again. 1, 1, 1, and 8, and OK. We'll walk through, and it closes. There we go. Now we are creating a fading door, and congratulations for you as well for creating this with me. And now we can also place one over here. For example, if we want another one, we can click 1, 1, 1, and 8, and OK. You can walk through, not touching anything, and it closes. That's much for the door. Now let's say, okay, oh shit, people can walk through my door. I mean, literally, what is that? I mean, I don't want people to stand through my door. It's kind of creepy. So what you're gonna do now is that you're gonna go down to material, which is down here under render. You're gonna find any material you want. You can search on anything. For example, I really like this one called glass. For example, when I'm creating windows, I really like this one right here. You click. You have let's try this one. You see, you can walk. You can look through it. I mean, this looks pretty. I mean, everything, stuff like that. It's a great material. But let's say you don't want this. You don't want people to stand to your windows. So instead of using that, you can use basically everything. Let me use, what should I use? I will use this one, for example, okay? So you can click, and there we go. Now it's material. So basically, people cannot walk through, but only, this is very special prop when it comes to this, but you can walk through the other side. So basically, you can still use this, to creep, look at them, but they cannot look at you, basically. A very creepy prop also. But let us say this color of this material is very, very ugly. So you can also go down to color and choose any color you want to. For example, I will maybe like it to be black, yeah? So I can click again, and there we go. Now it's completely black, for example. It still have the material, but it's black. Basically, there's difference. So you can choose a blue instead. And now you can, let me just get this from, and you can click on it again, and you can still see the material in the background. You can still have all those, white and black spots on it. So instead of that, let me just get a brighter blue, because why not? Oh, that's not a bright one. There we go. So basically, you can still see it has the same material, but another color. Again, let me try to change the material to something else. This one, for example, it still has the color blue, but it has another material. Same goes if you have your wood, for example. It goes with food, but it's a kind of bluish wood instead of a normal brown wood. To remove material and color, you simply all have to click R on the material you want to take it away from. There we go. Took the color away, so now we only have the material. Let us say we don't want the material anymore. No problem. You can click R again, and there we go. The material is now gone. So that's how much for using all the basic tools we have here in Gmod. I'm not sure there's anything else that is more simple as this one. I mean, that is the most simple to use. Oh, actually, let me show you how to use advanced duplicate as well. So what you're gonna do now, yeah? Let us say you have a lot of fancy stuff, yeah? You have this, you have, you know, you have your floor, and you also have your toilet, yeah? And you want to use your toilet on it. You want to set your, you want to place a toilet down on it because why not? Okay, let us say this one was inside a house. So basically, what you're gonna do now is that you're gonna use your advanced duplicator, so you always have it with you. You can right click, and there we go. Oh wait, now I can place it down. But sure, you don't have your toilet with you, but you want your toilet to be there as well. So what you're gonna do now is that you're gonna weld them all together. So basically, how we weld stuff is that you go into weld, which is down here under. Wait, why is that in English even? I'm really not sure. I'm not sure. Anyway, so this one here is called weld in English. You always have this in 0, because if it's too high and there's too much pressure between them, the collision, I mean there's a collision, but the weld will be destroyed. Always have this in 0 if you don't want it to be destroyed. And I don't know what the fuck is going on now there. Anyway, now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna choose your objects you want to weld together. To make sure they're welded together correctly, you can always click on the first prop, then the next prop, and otherwise you can click on this one and this one. Basically, they have 2 welds instead of 1 weld. I basically use 2 welds to always make sure they are welded together. That is unlimited weld you can do. Basically, what you have done now is that you can now go into advanced duplicator, and you have told those 2 props to be together even though you're doing stuff. So what you can do now is that you can right click, and you also have the toilet with you basically. So there we go. That's how you weld stuff. And remember, this is a 1D, which means if you click set now, it's take everything. Not only the toilet, for example, or the the floor. It takes everything. But what it also does as well is basically you can now unfreeze this prop and unfreeze this prop, and you can move this one, and the toilet goes with it. You can turn it around. The toilet that's where it are. Well, I killed myself. Interesting. Well, that was quite fun. Well, we'll be right back. Well, welcome back. Yeah, basically you saw that. Well, that was a mistake. I kind of forgot that this thing up here turns very fast and kills me when that happens. So yeah, it was kind of sad. But yeah, you got the idea when you can, unfreeze props, it stands together and all that, blah blah blah, of course. So you can now choose your prop, for example. Let me just get this prop being straight. Oh, that's another one. There we go. So I can choose it over in the corner and duplicate from the corner. And you can see you have got this corner. Take this corner and you got the other corner. Let's say we want this corner, for example, and be safe. So you can go into your folder now. You can right click here. You click save. And you can type in what you're gonna name this file. We're gonna say, let me say toilet. Basically, you can also have a description, or you can just do as I do, just double click enter, and it says file successfully saved. And there we go. Now we have it on. Now we always have it on us. Yeah, so we can pick it up and pick it from when we want. So that's how you use your advanced duplicator too, and that's how you use your welding. Very easy, very effective, and I recommend using the Toolgun to build instead of the fish gun, even though the fish gun is very, very great to use as well. Thank you for following me so far, and I hope you will type in and leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe as always. And I hope you had this tutorial very useful for you guys out there that is new or just lazy to learn how Gmod's Toolgun works. So yeah, thank you again very much for tuning in, and I hope I will see you all later.